has a legendary career penning fiction novels about the glamorous lives of Hollywood's rich and famous and has sold more than 400 million copies. And her newest novel is, and you know what, I said the title earlier, but just in case kids are watching, the title is Poor Little, rhymes with the rich, but you put a B in front of it. Girl, you can get it. Well, you know what I'm saying. Please welcome Jackie Collins. Welcome to the show.
I just met Bill.
Did he make a pass at you?
Isn't he? Well, kind of.
You know, I don't know if it was you or your sister who said one time, I saw you on a show many years ago when I first started traveling for my career, and you were telling how to pack, and it was always one great pair of black pants, a few blouses, so you could always just do carry-on and have everything you need.
I learned that from an article I read about the late, great Katharine Hepburn. And so it simplified my life. So
changed mine too, when I heard you say it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you change your jewelry, you change your jackets, because I write in longhand, so I have to have all my time for writing.
You write everything in longhand still?
Yeah. That was, I think, 1,000 longhand pages.
And have you always had this kind of imagination? So, oh, I got a picture. You brought some pictures for us. Now, how old are you here? You were always writing, huh?
I was always writing. You can see I'm at my bookcase. I'm thinking,
cute.
I am going to be a writer. I always wanted to write. And I encourage people who come to me on my website and say, I want to write, which a lot of people do.
Well, because it's such a discipline. It is a fantasy, but when you have to do it, it is a discipline, don't you think?
Well, that's the whole thing. And I always say to them, you have to write. That's what you have to do. Don't talk about it, do it. Yeah.
And when I was younger and writing, my sister-in-law, Jane, said to me once, the real writing takes place in the rewriting. Is that how it is for you, or no?
No, what you see is what you get. That's why I love writing in longhand, yes. My first book was
Do you write in pencil or pen?
In pen. Black felt pen, yellow legal pads. My first book was called The World is Full of Married Men. I'm sure you can all relate to that. And I took my publisher said to me, you have to take out all the four-letter words, otherwise you will be banned in Australia. And I took them all out, and the book came out, and I was banned in Australia immediately because it took the double standard, and it wrote about a strong woman, and it took the double standard and put it on its head. So a man was shocked by this, and a man in England took a half page in the newspaper, and it said, this is the most shocking book I've ever read. And I've been shocking people ever since.
Aww.
See the title of the book.
So, yeah. And Jackie, okay, look at you at 16.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
What is this? Like, is this an event?
Well,
or
no, my parents, I was thrown out of school. You see, I'm very inspirational to women because I am a school dropout. I was thrown out at 15 for waving at the resident flasher and going, ooh, cold day today, isn't it?
They wouldn't let you say the title of the book.
Yes.
But most of the books center on romance and love and everything. I mean, do you consider yourself an expert from your own experience, or is it what you imagine, or did you have a lot of these experiences?
I had a lot of those experiences, yeah. And now I just write about them. I mean, because it's so much fun to incorporate what I've seen in Hollywood, because I'm coming here at 15 and watching what went on. You know, it was fantastic to write about. When I wrote a book called Hollywood Wives, it was all about the people I lived with, because I lived in a Melrose Place type apartment complex, and they were all around me, all in these different apartments, and it was fantastic. So Buddy and Angel in Hollywood Wives was based on them. And then we did the miniseries with Candice Bergen in it.
Right,
yes.
right. Uh-oh, Bill's other love interest. Yeah.
Yes.
But when you say you've gone through a lot of these, is it therapeutic, cathartic? Do you ever have a relationship that didn't work out and you were so sad you wrote about it and rewrote it? Like
No, I didn't do that. I was a very street smart kid, and I came here and I knew I wanted to be a writer. So I just had a lot of experiences in Hollywood. I always looked older than I was, and I used to pretend that I was
older? Oh, when you were very young.
When I was 13, I looked 19. I would go out with boys, and they wouldn't know I was 13. And then I would write them a letter and say, I think I should tell you I'm only 13. And then I never saw them again.
Why?
I don't understand it. To this day, I go, why? Why did I tell them? Yes.
Now, but what about your kids? Like, do they read this and go, Ma? Or do they say, Mother?
Yes, they're English. They go, Mother.
Here you are with your
That's with my three daughters. Yeah, yeah.
Do they ever see it, read it? Do they read them, and do they say?
They do read my books, and they don't. You know, they see me as a kind of a different person. I'm Jackie Collins, and then I'm Mum. So Jackie Collins is a different person to Mum. So they will read the books and enjoy them, and they love the stories.
I bet.
And they say that. Yeah, they have fun
What
with
is it?
them.
27 books?
This is my 27th book. Poor little.
I think that's okay.
I think it's okay.
But I want want to show a picture with your brother because we never hear about your brother.
No, you never do.
So it's nice to see you and Joan with your brother Bill.
Yeah, yeah. He's a handsome guy. He's
He
great,
sure
my brother.
is.
He's really fantastic.
And
yeah.
does he read the books as well?
Of course he does, yeah. So he says. I don't know. But you know, people read my books for different reasons.
Reasons, yeah.
Yes, some
and
of
in
them
different
think they're
regions.
very...
And it affects...
Yes, of course. Some of them think they're very sexy. Some of them think they love the relationship. Some of them think they're very funny. And because there's a lot of humor in them.
There's humor and a mystery, wouldn't you say?
and
Intrigue?
mystery. Yeah, in this particular book, poor little witch girl.
You keep changing
There's a cheating politician. Which
What?
we
That's
can all-
ridiculous. That
I
would
know,
never
isn't
happen.
that ridiculous? I
You do
know.
have an active imagination.
Yes, exactly. And there's another one that goes after call girls in New York City, another active imagination. And then there's Denver, who's my heroine, and she's a young lawyer in Los Angeles, and she meets Bobby Santangelo, Stanilopoulos, Lucky Santangelo's son. Lucky
Oh,
is the
Lucky's one of your characters. Yeah.
I've written about her in 6 books, and I wrote 10 Hours of Primetime for NBC. So she's a great character to write about. So in the book, you know, the girl that's sort of the assistant to the senator, she gets pregnant and says, "You've got to leave your wife now." And he goes, "Yeah, sure." And then she vanishes mysteriously. Very much from the headlines. And then the one in New York who's running Call Girls, her movie star mother is murdered in Hollywood, and she has to go flying home with her coke-addicted boyfriend. It's a nice family story. Yeah.
But you're going to take audience questions when we come
I
back,
love
so you
that.
can
That'd
ask
be
about
fun.
romance or
Yes.
whatever else, because you are an
Whatever.
expert, Jackie. Yeah, we'll be right
thank
back. More with Jackie Collins.